What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Doing It with Jason. I'm Jason, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make cabinets. I've been building cabinets for years and years and years and years and years, a long time. And I just want to kind of help you guys out. If you're looking to build maybe a garage cabinet, kitchen cabinet, vanity, bookcase, you name it, this is kind of like where we're going with this whole series, is teaching you the fundamentals of how to put wood together. And if this is your first time, be sure to subscribe to my videos right down there. So to get started, I'm going to show you guys on a blackboard, a basic cabinet, how it's constructed for the most part, name the parts of it, all that good stuff. That way you can kind of get in a grasp, an idea of how to do it yourself. And let's get started. So first, let's start with our side of the cabinet. So this is our inside the box of the cabinet. There's so many different kind of cabinets. There's face frame, there's frameless, you name it, end set, full overlay. Those are more door styles, but there's different varieties, different kinds that'll, suit everyone. So this will be basically our side of our cabinet. If we took our cabinet apart, that's in your kitchen even, and just undid it all, laid it on the ground, this would be, let's say this is the left side of the cabinet. So for a kitchen, this would be roughly 34.5 by 23 and a quarter, depending on if you're dadoing the back or whatnot. I try to keep things easy, so I do less dadoing. I do a little bit of rabbiting and all that stuff, but it's all about time, quality, where you can get the more quality, where you can get the less quality. There's a lot of factors. This is just a basic, and it'll get you by for sure, and it'll be super strong. So this will be out of 3/4. I like to use domestic maple plywood. So it's 3/4 inches thick, and it comes in a 4x8 sheet, and this is cut out already, let's pretend. Now this is my left side, so at the bottom, where I'm gonna have my bottom shelf, what I would do first is put on a cleat. Now a cleat is gonna be another piece of 3/4 inch material plywood that I have lying around, and it's gonna be the height of my toe kick. Roughly, it's gonna be where my bottom shelf is gonna sit. So my bottom shelf is 3/4 as well, and it would sit right there. And rather than dadoing that into my side and making my side a little thinner, I like that 3/4 all the way through. This is kind of a nice beefy action, and it does two things. First, it acts as a place to lay my bottom shelf on and make it that much stronger because it's 3/4 inches coming out, and it's roughly 4 inches tall by 3 inches shorter for the most part, to leave a nice little toe kick area for your foot to fit in. So that's going to be right here. This front is 3/4 inch thick, so it's going to hold my toe kick as well when I put my toe kick on there. And now if you're doing toe kick-less cabinets, you can go all the way to the front with this as well. I like to leave about a 1/16 of an inch shorter. That way you can kind of have it sitting in. It never sits out and protrudes, and that'd be bad. So now this would be the first thing I would put on. I'd glue it. I would nail it. Then I would put it on my shelf. So I would have this on my left and my right door, or right side of my insides. I would glue and nail this down on both of them, have them sitting out like right here. So you put a little bit of glue under each one, and then you nail them. I'm using 1.25 nails. It's my favorite size for the most part. You got 3/4 and 3/4. I don't want to go use 1.5 because then I'll blow right through the other side, and that ain't cool. All right, so basically after I put together, now we have somewhere for our bottom shelf to sit. And now we're ready to put these things together with our bottom shelf that we cut out. And it's pretty much as easy as laying it down like this on a table, bringing our side piece into here, and nailing it together, just like so. I'm gonna run my nails all along this side right here, and then that will give me a plenty nice connection after gluing, and then I'll also put a few screws here. Now, after those are put together, I would nail it or pocket screw it, depending on, there's so many different varieties you can do, so many ways you can do it. You can use biscuits. We're not going to fight about that right now. Whatever works, whatever is cool. If you don't mind seeing the nails or the screw holes on the side, on the outsides, use that. If you're painting it, use that and Bondo it. It's totally fine. It's going to look great. If you're doing a really nice finished end, do that with the nails and the screws, and then veneer it. So that way you can use maple on your inside of your cabinets, which I think is really nice. And say you wanted some kind of zebra wood on the outside. You could do a zebra wood veneer on the outside. You could do a panel on the outside. You could do whatever you want to hide those screws. But screws from the outside going in, super strong, with glue, never gonna fail. ever, ever. Now, up here, looking at it still separated, are the 2 key points that I like to do on the top part. And that's going to be the stretchers going across. So that's going to be another piece of 3/4 inch material by roughly 3 inches, depending for my front one. And then another 3 inch for my back one. And then I'm going to add about a 6 inch underneath it, making like an L. So we're going to have a nice channel of 3/4 inch plywood going like this, and then connecting to it like this, or the other way around, I guess the way I drew it here. Whoops. So yeah, you'll have that, and then you could screw it and nail it this way. You could screw it and nail it to the cabinet this way. It's going to give you that nice, like, strong bracing for the rear of the cabinet. That serves 2 purposes. This back piece is going to serve for screwing this bad boy into the wall that is in the kitchen or your shop or whatever. And it's also going to, for the countertop that's going to be sitting on top of your cabinet, it's going to give you a place to screw up into that from the underside as well, or glue to, whatever you're going to be doing. And that's going to stretch both ways, you know, to both cabinets when you're putting it together. So we're going to draw a cabinet inside of a cabinet. Mind-blowing. So it's going to look like this. You have your 3/4 sides, and then you're going to have these pieces going across like that. This will be your bottom shelf. Boom. And then your cleats are right here, and that's going to hold your toe kick, boom, 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 and nail it all together. So this works really well. It's very simple. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's your basic construction for a cabinet. I will have plenty more series going much into different detail and different ideas and all that stuff to give you along the way. We're going to dive into frameless, face frame, inset, overlay, talk about everything. So be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you on the next episode.